We're consistently booking 10 to 20 sales calls per month for our B2B clients using LinkedIn, all while everyone else is obsessing over cold email setups that cost thousands of dollars and take weeks to implement. I'm going to show you guys why LinkedIn is most likely the better option for you guys. It's 10 times simpler, 10 times cheaper. I'm going to give you the plug and play framework that can help you start booking 3 to 5 sales calls per week with LinkedIn in the next 48 hours. And I'm also going to break down both strategies. So the real cost, the setup time, the complexity, yada, yada, everything. We compare that to the simplicity of LinkedIn. Then I'll show you the exact LinkedIn framework we're using to once again book 3 to 5 sales calls per week consistently and predictably. And I'll show you how personalization beats volume every time, because that's sort of the name of the game on LinkedIn. And yeah, I'll show you how you can get started today if you have a B2B offer that you are trying to sell and book more qualified sales calls for. So yeah, let's get into it. So like I said, we are booking 10 to 20 sales calls per month for our B2B clients using LinkedIn pretty consistently and predictably. Here are just some screenshots of some results we've had. These are just a few of many. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's break down both strategies, cold email versus LinkedIn, because both do work, but there are some nuances, and cold email may not be right for everyone, whereas LinkedIn I think is a lot easier to sort of set up and get rolling with pretty easily for any B2B offer. So let's start with cold email and why it's harder than most people think. It works 100%. Like I said, there are millions of people getting results with it, but what they don't tell you is the real setup, processes, and costs. So if you're not familiar with what cold email is, essentially it's where you're buying a bunch of inboxes, sending 10,000 emails to a specific ICP, where you're scraping their emails from Apollo or a lead list site, and yeah, spam sending them emails, hoping for a few replies and turning those into book calls. So you're sending emails, booking calls from that. And there's a lot of setup that actually goes into it. It sounds very, very simple, but oftentimes it's very easy to get caught up in the costs, and it takes quite a while to even get going. So here's a little step-by-step demonstration of what that looks like. To start cold email from scratch, what you actually need, first you're buying around 20 to 100 email inboxes with domains. So those are like $2 to $7 each, I believe. From there, you're gonna need to set them up in Google Workspace, get them authorized, verified. Next, you need lead lists. That's hundreds of dollars right there. You're also gonna need a software to verify those leads are even real. That's more money, more like 30, 50 bucks. And then you actually need a sending platform, so Smart Lead or Lemlist, to actually send the emails. Another monthly cost. And here's the thing, those emails need to warm up before you can even start sending them. So that's like 2 to 4 weeks of just waiting with no momentum gain, no emails being sent, no calls being booked. If you don't warm up your emails, you're going to get landed spam. There's no point of even doing cold email. So that's a mandatory part. Why wait a month when you can just get started on LinkedIn? But I'll get into that. And lastly, if you want like proper personalization, you're gonna need something like Clay that gives you what are called signals. And essentially you are scraping intent, hiring signals, trying to find companies that have specific needs that you can help solve. And that's kind of mandatory in terms of cold email. All this tech is mandatory to do it at a high level. And like I said, it works wonders if you can, get this ramping, if you can get this rolling, but it's just not the most practical. So all in all, costs on that, domains and setup are like 500 to 1,000. Lead list, 300 to 500 per month if you're getting a lot of leads. Email platform, another 100 to 300 per month. Verification software, 50 to 100 per month. Personalization tools, 200 per month. And there's probably some more I'm missing, but with that, you're looking at around 1 to 2K minimum before you even reach your first prospect. So you're already in the hole quite a bit before you even reach a client, which sucks. LinkedIn, on the other hand, is quite different. People like to treat it the same, and that's why they don't get results. They treat LinkedIn like cold email. But if you can take a specific targeted approach with your content and DMs, there's no reason anyone with a little bit of competency and a good offer can't be booking 3 to 5 sales calls a week. I've made it work for dozens of clients, and I'm very, very, very confident that this is the highest level strategy you can use, and anyone can do it. Just takes a bit of work, but yeah, and you can start this within 48 hours, literally, if you just start posting, optimize your profile. But I'll go over all of it right now. What you need: a link to the account, completely free. Sales Navigator, completely optional. It's $110 a month, but it helps a bit in terms of targeting. And then LinkedIn Premium, which comes with Sales Navigator. So kind of shows people when they land on your profile, okay, he paid for premium, he is committed, he has the money to do this. and it gives you some boosts in the algorithm and whatnot, but it's not a huge deal, not mandatory at all. So all you really need is a LinkedIn account, and that's about it. In terms of the strategy, really simple. You just want to be posting 5 times a week. Content is great. You want to do it to nurture your prospects. And I have other videos on content, so check those out, but I won't go too deep into content because it's not super important. It's important to post, but you don't need to be an insane content writer to have success on LinkedIn. This is not true. You just need to post 5 times a week, post case studies, personal stuff, expertise, opinions, etc. Just keep that consistent. Use ChatGPT to help you out, make it personal, and it's not that hard. Where you're really going to see the benefit is from DM, or where you're going to get all your calls from are from the DMs. And that's where we're booking, like I said, 10 to 20 sales calls per month. With a specific framework, though. A lot of people, they treat LinkedIn like cold email, but LinkedIn is completely different. What I like to say is what you give up in volume with LinkedIn, because you only get so many messages to send, you gain back in specificity. Like if you go on any LinkedIn account, see, we're on my LinkedIn account right now. If a prospect lands on my account, okay, they see my bio, they have my company, they have my banner, they have my about section, they have posts. They have so many things that they can look at. They have my location that they can look at and make personal compliments or observations, anything to sort of connect with me on a personal level. They can see exactly what I do, who I've worked with, and it makes it way easier to get specific. And therefore, the more specific you are, the higher chance you are to get a reply. And I'm going to get into that right now with a specific DM framework that you need to use. But essentially, yeah, content building authority, strategic connections. You get 800 connection requests per month, and that's where Sales Navigator comes in. And if you don't have Sales Navigator, not to worry, I'll show you in a second. But yeah, we're connecting with 800 per month. That's the limit on LinkedIn. That's why, once again, specificity is so important. Cold email, you can send 10,000. You can send unlimited emails per month, depending on how many inboxes you have. LinkedIn, you're limited to 800 per account. So you have to make them count. But yeah, connect with 800 people. You'll see around a 50% conversion rate on those blank connection requests. And from there, you DM all those people who accept. And I'll show you what that looks like. Let's say I don't have Sales Navigator and I want to connect with cold email. Yep, cold email clients, people who run cold email agencies, because that's, one of my prime ICPs. You can go to filters, and then, we'll look for founders, title, founders. And then let's see, maybe in the US, show results, and then big list of just people you can connect with, follow. So we'll see corporate exists. I'm looking for cold email agencies. They consistent 10K months. No, bring your content to life. And once you find one, it's super easy to, okay, so this guy, email marketing, not SaaS. Once you find one, so this fractional email head of growth, perfect. Once you find one, it makes it really easy to find more. So we'd connect with this guy. I'm out of connections for the month, actually, because I've reached my limit. But you connect here and then say, hey, okay, it's going to suggest me more accounts here. Okay, cool. Let me connect with these. And then you scroll through here. Like, these accounts will be similar to Jeremy's, perfect ICP for me. And from there, you connect with them. You'll get a certain amount of acceptance, and then who are now in your network. From there, you'll just go down the line and DM all of them. You'll see my DMs are pretty crowded. We do this quite a bit. So yeah, that is the flow. In terms of actually getting replies on LinkedIn. Yeah, so in terms of the flow, that's it. It's very simple. It's free. You can start doing it tomorrow, start posting tomorrow, and start signing clients tomorrow. One thing that will make you stand out with this approach is personalization. And this is the most important thing by far. This is a call I booked earlier, I think yesterday. Fletcher, what's up? Dig what you, this is a DM I sent. And once again, all your calls are going to come from the DMs. Content, you can't really rely on it to book you calls. It will be there to nurture the people you DM. So that's very important to understand. But see how personalized it's. Fletcher, what's up? Dig what you got going on for Odessa. So you guys generate leads for clients, etc. with outbound, right? Funny, see how specific and personalized this is to Fletcher. Result, Fletcher. I didn't even pitch him. He said, I'm happy to set up a call with you. You seem like you have a good attitude. That doesn't happen a lot, but some people really appreciate this approach, and they're going to therefore reply to you more. And the math on this, when you break it down, it's around a 25 to 35% reply rate. So once again, we're sending 800 a month, 50% acceptance rate, 400 new connections. If you can hit a 25 to 35% reply rate with these personalized messages, which by the way, I'll have a DM framework that you can actually download for yourself and use, that I put together, I use for all my clients and myself. Just got to comment below to get it, but I'll talk about that later. If you can hit 25 to 35% reply rates for 400 conversations, that's 100 to 140 quality replies. Book 10 to 20 calls from those replies, and you're signing at least 2 to 3 clients a month. So yeah, that's the math on it, and it's just extremely like, this is something you can start tomorrow, once again, completely free. Whereas with cold email, it's going to cost you quite a bit of money. And that's really the difference that changes everything. You need to be personalized on LinkedIn. Can't treat it like cold email, like I said, and it'll work wonders for you. But yeah, that's essentially it. Put all of that into play and you will become in the top 1% of, LinkedIn DMers instantly, just by being genuinely personal. Whereas on cold email, it's so hard to be in the top 1%. And those are really the only people getting results. On LinkedIn, those are the only people getting results, but it's way easier. No one is taking this personal. No one's taking the time to write these messages. And if you do take the time, I guarantee you're going to start booking calls from it. So if you do want that complete DM framework that I mentioned, that we're using to get 25 to 35% reply rates, it has the exact templates, personalization strategies, and follow-up sequences that book us 10 to 20 calls a month. It's a framework that I've tested across dozens and dozens of B2B niches, consistently predictably outperforms the cold email generic copy and paste approach. If you want that comment framework down below, I'll send it to you directly. Yeah, make sure you're subscribed to this channel, because I'm continuing to push out these proven strategies that really move the needle on LinkedIn and will help you scale your offer. Yeah, let me know in the comments, are you team LinkedIn or team cold email? And I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.